for an event or just spend some time with family and friends, visit folks in the universities. You can even book for Mardi Gras season next year. So just tell all your friends and family to get the app, and there's advantages to booking on the app. Join our guest rewards program. You're able to get points that will allow you to ultimately earn free travel. So the service, the coach fares start at $15 from end to end, and it's less for shorter distances. And this is going to allow families to skip the line of I-10 and be able to ride comfortably. There are discounts for youth 2 to 12. There's discounts for senior citizens, veterans. There's group sales, both small and large. And the service will offer different seating options. There will be coach seats as well as business seats. And we will also have a cafe service that will feature locally sourced items. We're very excited about that. When you enter the train, you're going to be sitting in a comfortable seat, leather seat, no middle seats. You'll be able to connect to Wi-Fi and watch your favorite movie, or just relax as you travel. And there's also space available on the trains for golf bags. Pets are welcome, so please check out the website for all the rules associated with that. So we could not have gotten as far as we have to get to this day without the support of so many people across this region, public officials and supporters from all 3 states. We look forward not only to the launch of service on the 18th, but on the 16th of August we'll be having a special inaugural train that will be invitation only. However, we will invite the public, and we'll have some information about that in the next few weeks. We will invite the public to help us participate along the way, and we're very excited about that. So at Amtrak, we are making historic investments in our infrastructure, in our fleet, upgrading our stations and passenger experiences. And new routes like this, new corridors, show how much demand there is across the country for rail service. And we look forward to the years ahead of delivering safe, reliable, sound service for the people of the Gulf Coast and your visitors. So a couple of thanks. I want to wrap up with, I'd like to thank the Federal Railroad Administration for helping support the projects and the work that needed to be done in order for us to start service. The City of Mobile, the states of Louisiana and Mississippi for their support. Tourism groups, I know there are some here today, and as we traveled the corridor, we know that you all are working very, very hard to drum up the support for the service, and will help us fill the trains and make this service a success. So thanks also to our host railroads, Norfolk Southern and CSX, for working with us to get to this point and to help us deliver the service safely and reliably as we move forward. So thanks again to everyone. Thanks for the time. And finally, we can say all aboard. Thank you. Yes.
The spelling of your last name.
Sure. It's Bucich, B-U-C-I-C-H.
And you mentioned the price starting at 15. Do you have some other figures that it goes up to?
Yeah, there's a range of fares. It's a dynamic pricing, and we can talk to you about that offline. Yep. Okay.
My station, we did a story on the Gulf Port about 2 weeks ago. They said that there was a problem on the Mobile side. Is that taken care of? That's not going to hold up?
No, all the projects are moving forward, and they will be completed well in advance of service starting.
How would you explain to the residents of the various communities why it took 20 years to reconnect this line?
That's a good question. unfortunately in this industry, these things do take time. There are a lot of stakeholders involved to get this service running. But the good news is, and I'll say this in this forum, but I was explaining this earlier today about how if you've ever had a renovation in your house and you live through all the dust and the construction noise, and then once it's done, it's as if all that didn't happen. So my message to you is we're starting service on August 18th, so let's look forward and not backwards.
And Chairman Ross will address some of that too. In fact, if we can hold questions and get to the rest of the speakers, that'd be good also.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Nicole. We're very excited about this. I'd now like to introduce our next speaker. Representing the City of New Orleans and Mayor Cantrell's office is Dan Jotras. He is the Project Administrator for the Office of Resilience and Sustainability Infrastructure Projects.
Good afternoon, everybody. Again, my name is Dan Jotras. Happy to represent Mayor Cantrell and the City of New Orleans today. She extends her regrets that she wasn't able to join us personally, but I'm sure is looking forward to joining a future train ride to the Gulf Coast and on the Mobile. The city has a proud railroad history and tradition. This service from Amtrak, the Mardi Gras service, represents a fourth Amtrak service that comes to our terminal here, the Union Passenger Terminal. So we are the premier railroad hub of the South, and we're proud to continue to work with our partners at Amtrak and the federal government at the state levels here in Louisiana, as well as our neighbors in Mississippi and Alabama, to support this expanded service. And we look forward to the future expansions, whether that be service to Baton Rouge, service further east into the Florida Panhandle, increased service on the Sunset Limited to the west to all the way to Los Angeles. Trains are a great and sustainable form of transportation, part of the larger ecosystem of transportation here in New Orleans, and provides our residents, our businesses, our visitors with affordable, sustainable ways to travel across the Gulf Coast and across the country. And then in the less favorable circumstances, trains can also be a great tool during evacuations, something that's always front of mind this time of year for all of us on the Gulf Coast. It's a way to move a lot of people, particularly the vulnerable members of our community and those that do not have access to their own automobiles. So again, I want to thank everyone for their years of dedication to restoring this vital service to our community and to our region. And again, extending the welcome and the thanks from Mayor Cantrell. So,
Thanks, Dan. Thank you, Dan. I just want to say a few words on behalf of our tourism industry before we go to our final speaker. And first, I want to acknowledge our incredible band from today, the Mojo Triage Band. Let's give them a hand. And thank you to them and to Deanna Bernard for bringing them to us. We could not have an event in New Orleans without some of our talented musicians. And you'll be hearing from them again shortly as we wrap up. But I definitely wanted to acknowledge them. Thank you all for being here. There's a lot of excitement about this service. I just mentioned that. Some of you saw that last week we announced record-breaking visitor numbers for New Orleans in 2024. In 2024, we welcomed 19 million visitors, which was the first time we have reached that milestone since COVID. And it also represents only the second time ever that we have hit 19 million visitors. And those individuals spent about $10 billion in our city, which is also a pre-COVID milestone. So as we prepare to celebrate or commemorate the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, the story of this rail service and its return will definitely be a big part of our innovation, our resilience, our demand and interest in the city of New Orleans. Several of us just returned from Chicago, where we participated in a U.S. Travel Association conference. This is an event that we go to promote New Orleans. Many of our Gulf state partners were there as well. This show brings in about 5,000 international travel buyers and journalists. And our job was to promote why they should come visit New Orleans and experience this Amtrak service and get to experience the many destinations along the beautiful Gulf Coast. And I can tell you that in every single meeting, and we did hundreds of meetings with customers and international journalists over the course of those 3 days in Chicago, and there was tremendous interest in this service, people that want to write about it, that want to get the word out to their international viewers, who want to book tours and packages and buy tickets. So at New Orleans & Company, we're going to be working hard not only with those international visitors, but influencers, tour operators. Our meeting and convention attendees need to know about this service. This is not only for those who are traveling on leisure. We also want to make this available for all of our meeting and convention designees. So we are going to do that, and then also the economic impact is going to be huge. So making New Orleans a great place to live, to work, to visit, and also to invest. So we're very much excited about this, and we're going to do a lot of work to make sure it's successful, and we appreciate the partnership, Mark, with you and Nicole and everyone at Amtrak. So our final speaker today I'd like to introduce is Mr. Knox Ross. He is the chairman of the Southern Rail Commission. He'll be our final speaker, and then we'll open it up for questions. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. I started off this morning in Mobile to a very enthusiastic crowd and came across the coast, and the enthusiasm built as we went. And so it was really nice to have a band when we got here to cap it off. We're excited to be in New Orleans. We left here on an inspection train in 2016, and we finally came back. And it's an excellent question. It's been a long time. It's been hard work to get this done, but we think it's worth it. We think this is something that's going to be tremendous, not only for New Orleans, but for the Mississippi Gulf Coast and also for Mobile. It's going to connect two great cities with a great state of Mississippi that is turning into one of the most livable places in the country. The recovery from Katrina almost 20 years ago, as you go through these cities, they've become immensely livable. They've become immensely tourist friendly and business friendly. And we just believe this is one of those things that's going to draw it all together and make this community of the Gulf Coast even stronger. And we believe it's going to be a big success, and we're excited about it. I want to thank some people, especially in Louisiana. Our Senator Cassidy has been our champion on this work, and we really appreciate him and his staff, Senator Kennedy's staff. We appreciate Governor Landry, and we appreciate our congressional delegation, Troy Carter and Cleo Fields and Steve Scalise, Julia Letlow, and the Speaker have all been very kind to us and very supportive. We've been very proud to be able to work with the state of Louisiana, and Louisiana's been a leader in this effort. I think you can be proud of the work that the state of Louisiana has put into this, and I am very impressed with what Louisiana does. Louisiana DOTD is our funding partner, along with Mississippi DOT and the city of Mobile. It's just been a good collaborative effort, and we're very excited about that. We think this is going to be a big success. It's going to be a big success in bringing people to New Orleans and also opening up New Orleans to not only the Gulf Coast but the world, and we're very excited to see that. I'm going to ask my counterpart from Louisiana, John Spain, to come up and make a few comments as well. He and I have been working together on this for many, many years, and we both serve on the executive committee of the Southern Rail Commission.
Thank you very much, Knox. I'm from Baton Rouge, and as Knox said, the two of us and our fellow members of the Southern Rail Commission have been working on this train for well over a decade. As a person from Baton Rouge, I also want to talk about the future of passenger rail in the state of Louisiana. We're delighted to be here today to see the restart of the Gulf Coast train, but we also hope that at some point in the future, we'll see passenger service across the north part of the state on the I-20 and a very important route between the cities of Baton Rouge and New Orleans. We also remember, because we're sitting in New Orleans, that these trains can be used in future evacuations. God forbid that we ever have to deal with another Katrina, but if we have to evacuate large numbers of people out of the city, these trains can be in place and help us do that. This is a significant part of an economic development package that brings people, as we've all said, to New Orleans, but it also can bring people from the state of Louisiana back into New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and other parts of the state. So thank you for being here today. This is an exciting day for us. Those of us that have been working on this thing, as we said, for over a decade, are really looking forward to getting on the train with a lot of people from all three states in celebrating the big win of restoring passenger service to America's Gulf Coast. Thank you for being here.
We're available afterwards for questions, but for those who want to tour what some of the equipment we'll be using on the Mardi Gras service trains, we have both a coach and a business class and cafe car right outside. Otherwise, we can talk to you individually to answer any further questions. Thanks for coming out this afternoon, and thanks to our MC being pressed into service with very little notice.